Alright guys, before we get into the video, I'm going to talk to you yet again about futtrading.co.uk. Thank you to everyone that continues to subscribe and support our content. It means the world to us. You guys know we work very hard on the website. You make a lot of coins, but without you guys, we don't have a website. So thank you very much for that. We're working on another big giveaway this month, and hopefully we'll have details of that in the coming days for you guys. But just so you know, £10 a month gets you access to Tier 1 perks, which is buying and selling prices for icons, specials and silvers, as well as Thursday flips. They bang all the time, a lot of coins to be made. And with Tier 2, you get all the Tier 1, plus CHEM style filters, plus live filters, and we're adding UCL cards to that as well. PC prices have now been added, and we continue to add more PC features in the coming days and weeks. So make sure you check out futtrading.co.uk. You'll make millions as simplistically as anything. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss an upload. 3 videos a day on this channel. The morning is League SBC Method to Glory. Said it before, but it's me teaching you guys how to craft packs and players without using FIFA points to make sure you get better teams and open up packs in the game without using your own money and giving EA money. The evening video is a trading video. At the moment, it is this series, which is trading to Prime Eusebio. Going to get him to improve our team and hopefully start pushing for Elite again in Foot Champs. Now I'm getting back into playing gameplay again. And the midnight content at the moment is upgrade packs. All the packs you can possibly shake a stick at throughout this promo, again, without using FIFA points. It's a FIFA point free channel, and that's important to me. Morning streams on YouTube at 10 AM, evening streams on Twitch at 5:30 PM, and Dan and I are looking to give away a few website subscriptions at futtrading.co.uk in the coming week to say thank you for all the insane support on the channel. So make sure you subscribe if you want to get into those and enter into those. Don't forget, like the video, comment down below, all that stuff, and follow me on my socials, all that good stuff. Anyway, this is trading to Prime Eusebio, and when I left you yesterday, we were about 1.5 million or so in the bank. Now, I've been trading today on Twitch during my stream, and we continue to do so. But basically, this video is going to have a sort of update in terms of how I'm trading right now, and I don't really know the best way to do it, but I think I'm going to do some trading, show you guys what we do, how it happens, and then towards the end of the video, I'm going to try and throw out a low budget method that's working well for me at the moment, and I can tell you guys about that. And we're going to talk about Thursday flips. Now, you won't see the sort of, I guess, result of Thursday flips until it basically will be Thursday evening that you'll see that basically. So I'm going to talk to you about the flips that I'm looking at, what you guys need to be looking at. The market's very different this week, so it's definitely worth you guys knowing about it. And there's a couple of very good methods at the moment that I am using that I know are going very, very well. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to show you what we bought tonight, show you some stuff that's sold, and then, yeah, it'll probably lead into tomorrow, trading on stream, trading throughout the day, and then once that's done, Thursday flips we'll talk about, and we'll go from there. But you guys saw a lot of this stuff that had sold last video anyway, but this Insigne was one we picked up today on stream. I believe we picked him up for 110, sold him for 126. You saw Morris sell the other day, you saw Longley sell the other day. And if Adao was a 40k pickup, isn't the best pickup in the world, I'm not going to lie. Watkins was a 63k pickup, sold for 73k. The Lorente you saw sell. Anyway, so flick through to here. I want to show you some of the bits and bobs we've got listed at the moment. So this Jimenez, listed for 178, paid 160 on him. This Goretzka listed for 188, paid 170 on him. So quite good pickups on those two there. This Daniel Podence is an okay pickup, nothing special on him. Royce, we're looking to get 140 overnight for, which will see us make something to reach a 10,000 coins profit on him. Valverde, again, very similar sort of figures, maybe slightly more on Valverde actually once he does come to sell. Milinkovic-Savic, an 85,000 coin pickup is not bad at all. Moreno, 53,000, okay deal. This Kante, 105, should sell for 115. Got no stress about that. Mkhitaryan, 67,000 coin pickup. Depay, 82,000 coin pickup. So we're looking at 5 to 6k profit minimum on most of these cards, which is good. However, a very good pickup just now. You guys know I talk about Zaha all the time. I love trading with this guy. Picked up a Cam Zaha for 140. I'm going to list him overnight for 162,000 coins. Should be about 13,000 coins profit once we do come to sell him. I am overlisting, and the reason why I'm overlisting at the moment is because there's nothing on the game. The content from EA has been absolutely terrible for the last couple of days. So the market is rising, it's staying steady, and it means that we're seeing very good overnight rises. And so for someone who's trading, it might make the game dead for the casual player, which frustrates me more for you guys, I'm not going to lie. But for a trader, it's massively, massively beneficial because it means we know the market's going to stay steady. There's nothing really on the game that's going to impact prices too much. And it means you can buy with more confidence, list overnight with more confidence. And that really is where you can tend to make quite a lot of coins very, very easily. It does mean that picking up cards can be harder, but at the same time as that, it also means that when you do pick up cards, you tend to get better deals. But that's what we've done so far. 76,000 coins in the bank. Plan now is sell, sell, sell. We'll come back to you guys. And in the morning, I'm going to look at Thursday flips, give you guys as much detail as I possibly can in this video about the Thursday flips and the sort of cards you should be looking at. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, so it is the next morning and stuff is selling, as you've just seen. And continuing to sell. That Royce we picked up is finally gone, which was a big dub. Over 10k on him, I think 13k in the end. We sold the pie a little lower than I'd like to, but I want to start getting out of these cards. Because I've started buying into my Thursday flips now. A couple of cards that I've been looking at are quite cheap, and so I've started buying into them. Now, you guys know with the Thursday flip videos, I'm going to bring out in a minute. I'm going to come back to you guys with how to look for good Thursday flips. I'm live on stream on YouTube now, so I'll do the same with those guys. But I don't want to tell you who I'm buying into, because I don't want to be seen to influence the market. As we're getting bigger, I'm noticing that as I say stuff in videos, you guys do very similar stuff, and I don't mind that, because that's what I'm here to do, is to help you. But I don't like to be sitting to be influencing the market in any way, shape or form. There was a guy yesterday who encouraged his followers to buy Ospina. His phone then died. He then sold his Ospinas cheaper than what he told everyone else to do, and lost a lot of people a lot of coins. So when it comes to Thursday flips, number one, the best thing to do is spread your bets amongst Thursday flips into different cards, not just the one set. We'll go over that in detail in a minute. But my plan for today is going to be basically to get sold off of everything that I've got here and buy the flips. I'll show you stuff as it sells. So in this episode, you're not going to see a concerted coin total at the end like I sort of wanted to do, but because I've got to get this video to the editor a bit earlier today, I've got to have it with him by about 12:30. It means that I've got to be sort of careful about the way that I do things. So I will go into detail about Thursday flips, give you guys an idea of what you should be looking at, how you should look at it. If you're on a low budget, flips work a very different way. On a high budget, you buy in tonight. If you're on a low budget, you buy in tomorrow morning. I'll explain both of those in detail. But like I say, stuff is continuing to sell. We're doing very well. Something else has just sold. And at this rate, I think we're about 1.7 to 1.8 million at the moment, which is after about 24 hours. We made 500k over 24 hours, which is insane, and I'm very happy about that. But we now need to push on even further. Like I say, if I can get Eusebio by the end of Weekend League, I'll be very happy, because he's quite low at the moment. He's just over 5 million coins. So if we can get him bought after Weekend League, I'll be very, very happy with that. So I'm going to go away, continue selling, get sort of Thursday flip stuff ready for you guys. I'll see you then. Alright guys, so as the day's progressed, special cards have done very well for me. We're now down to the final 3 we need to sell, which is going to be about another 300k or so after tax, give or take. But everything has done very well. That Zaha we picked up for 140, sold for 156 in the end. So not far off 10k profit on that card. So it's been very, very good so far. But what I'm doing now is I always got to decide where the best place to place my coins is. And right now it's going to be in Thursday flips, as I've said to you so many times in this video. Now let's discuss how Thursday flips work. The whole point of Thursday flips is you buy in when the markets are usually at its lowest, which is usually Wednesdays, and we sell into the Weekend League buy-in. So people that are building their teams for Weekend League, we sell our cards that we've bought for those sorts of people. Now your starting point for that is always what is currently on the game. So thinking about SBCs, objectives, all that sort of stuff, that's your starting point. The second place you go, okay, cool, is we've got that on the game, but what else? What players do I play continually in Weekend League? What players do I look at? What players come up against me? All that sort of stuff gives you a rough idea of the players you should be looking at, those that are in demand, those that people are going to want to buy, and that's really where your mind's got to be a Thursday flip. So let's start by talking about the most obvious card on the game right now, and that is this Moments Tonali. This is an absolutely brilliant card. It's an objective card that EA brought out, and it's a very easy card to get. A lot of people have gone out and done this Tonali card, and so what we saw with some Italian cards this week was they took a hit when he came out, specifically people that played in his position, but cards that linked to him saw a rise. So when it comes to looking at someone like Tonali, you want to look at the cards potentially that have seen a dip, or those that strong link him. Now, an obvious card for this is that Diego Dalot card. I would steer clear of that Diego Dalot card to some degree. He probably does see a rise tomorrow morning, but because he's getting a right back card, his cards continue going down in price, and I think people are holding out for that right back card rather than the left back version of that card. But Tonali is a very good place to start. So that's one place you would start, and we'll do all this on Football in a minute to give an example of some stuff. And we go to squad building challenges, and we then look at what's live at the moment on the game. So Pedro Goncalves, do I think there's that much hype about this Goncalves card? Not really. Portuguese players might do okay because of it. It wasn't that expensive in SBC, but there ain't that much hype. Ryan Brewster, a little bit of hype. People did him, but not many. Obviously, the main one that I see here is Wayne Rooney. Now, last week we saw a massive spike in English players because everyone needed to link this Wayne Rooney. He's a championship player, so English icons did quite well, and relatively meta English players did well. Cards like Maddison rose up in value. Henderson took quite a big climb. But with Rooney, I'm sort of like, we've probably seen most of the rise from him. So that's pretty much it, done and dusted. I've already gone and started buying into my Thursday flips now. You guys will see what I pay for them, what I sell them for in the next episode, so you're aware of what I've done. I'm transparent as anything with that. You guys know that. So I'll be able to show you that in a video. But the other thing you've got to think about is team of the week and red picks. And so it looks like this week we're going to get Varane, for example. Someone else has mentioned potentially Mendy, but I don't think we'll get Mendy. I think it's just going to be Varane if we do get one. Those are the things you think about with in terms of Thursday flips. The final thing to think about is the promo team. So future stars are out on the game, and people are going to be getting them from packs tomorrow from rival awards and weekend league awards. A lot of them will be untradeable, so they'll just use them. People are getting them from picks at the moment. So players that link future stars and stuff like that could also do quite well, and that's where I'm thinking right now with it all. I'm thinking Tonali, I'm thinking potentially for random people like that, and I'm thinking future stars. We're now going to head over to Footbin so I can show you guys the bits and bobs and how I think about it and how you guys can be thinking about your cards. Again, I'm not going to be sitting there giving you specific names, but I would be showing you sort of cards you can be thinking about, just because, again, I don't want to be seen to be influencing the market too much. We're going to head over to Footbin. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is Footbin, and this is FIFA 21 popular players. On the main page of Footbin, if you click it, it gives you a list of players and it says view popular players, and you can view them. Right now, it's a mess because the winter upgrades and winter sort of transfers have just come onto the game, so a lot of cards are being put on there. So Odegaard's Arsenal card's there, for example. Tomori's AC Milan card is there. So it's a little bit of a mess in that sense, but you can get an idea of cards people are looking at. For example, this Reece James card, a lot of people are looking at right now. Kulusevski, Diego Dalot, Kante, Rooney, again, as you see that, Tonali. This gives you an idea of where to start looking for cards, right? This gives you an idea. Now, Varane's there. We're going to talk about Varane first, because a lot of you have asked about him. But you can see the same sort of cards that are being mentioned left, right, and centre. You can go start looking at those cards essentially. But let's start with Varane. And this is the idea, example in my opinion of not an ideal Thursday flip. I think Varane does rise tomorrow because people are going to want to buy him for their weekend league teams. But what you're seeing here is obviously he got very low during Team of the Year and he's climbed since then. And he's climbed even further this week because people are going to have bought into the Varane card expecting him to get a Team of the Week, which we think he's going to. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to go up in value because he's still out of packs and people are still going to want to use him for weekend league. But what it does mean is that he's already quite invested in. And what happens a lot of the time, when you see cards that are this invested in, they come out, people then panic list them and it holds the card's value down and it takes 2 or 3 days to get your money back and you don't want to be wasting time looking at these sort of cards. For me, that's a problem and I wouldn't invest in someone like a Varane. However, because Varane is out, you can start looking at link investments to him. Some people are going to get him as part of their rewards and some people are going to get him as part of their... I just buy him, go out and buy him and whatnot, or pack him. This card's going to be very expensive. If you look at his road to a final, it's 1.3 million, I think, on Xbox, 1.7 on PS4. It's going to be a very expensive card. So some people are saying to me, what about Pogba as a link to him? Now, Pogba, this week looks like an alright flip. 56k last Friday. He's as low as 48k on Xbox at the moment. You can pick him up cheaper than that, I know. But are you going to link a gold Pogba to a Team of the Week Varane? Probably not. However, someone might link his rule breakers into him. So I'd look at Pogba and go, okay, cool, what's his rule breaker doing? And he's relatively stable. So rule breaker could do okay. We look at his 87 inform cards, currently down at 308 on Xbox. I look at him and say, well, actually, he's seen a bit of a decline this week. It's not necessarily a bad shout. But when you're looking at the prices of these cards, you're going, okay, cool, Pogba's 308. Does that mean you're buying it 308? No, it doesn't. It means you try and snipe and buy cards underneath that price. Because you want to give yourself as much profit room, as I drop my controller. You want to give yourself as much profit room as possible. So let's say you decided you were going to pump for Pogba and you think, right, he might get back to 330 again this week. You're looking at sort of paying maximum sort of 300k on him. That gives you sort of 14, 15k profit, give or take. But that's the sort of things you've got to think about. Now, Diego Dalot, for example, is another card. This guy strong links Tonali, okay? He's down at 56.5 at the moment on Xbox. And if you look at his graph, he's just steadily come down all week. And so this to me would normally say, actually, there's going to be a buy into weekend league. And there may well be. There may well be on this card. But I do think a lot of people are going to be holding and thinking, right, yes, this is a good card, but he's a right-footed left back. I'd rather have his right back card. Doesn't mean that people don't buy him tomorrow to link to Tonali, and he might be a good shout. But again, you've got to be mindful of that. Now, let's have a little look at this part here, because this to me is important, and I want to show you why. So this is Italy. This is Tonali, right? We've got Tonali on the game. I want to see what they're doing. And what I've been looking at is things like fullbacks and centre-backs, the link into him. I want to show you Chiellini. And we'll show you a graph. And this is how you start to work out how good Thursday flips can be or not be. So if you look at Chiellini, for example, this spike here is his link into Ronaldo. When Tonali came out, this is his plummet, right? So he hit lows at 286. He dropped very low to 256. And since then, he steadily climbed back. And so someone like a Chiellini now set at 278, 298. To me, he's got a link to Tonali. He links into Ronaldo. He links into the new Future Stars cards. He also links into Kulusevski, if you think about it, because he's got a right-wing card, Kulusevski. And so this is the idea of what could be a very good flip. Do I like him at 278? Bearing in mind he was down at 250 earlier in the week. Not necessarily. But with hype around Ronaldo, he got to 355 at one point. Sort of held 345 on PS4, 300 on Xbox. And so again, buying him low enough, he could do quite well. Again, I'm not saying to you guys, go out and buy these cards, but this is how you've got to think about Thursday flips. Gianluigi Zambrotta, if you look at him, again, a link into Tonali, was as high as 454 last week. He's now down at 420. In fact, I saw one at 410 a minute ago. He might even be lower now, but we'll see. Yeah, 415 there. Again, is it the best buy in the world? Potentially, it's a good buy. I wouldn't sit here to you now and go out and buy him immediately, but I keep an eye on players like him if you've got a higher budget. Zambrotta's right wing back card has seen a massive drop since last week. And again, when you see these sort of spikes and drops and climbs, it tends to indicate a good Thursday flip. Those sort of cards tend to do very, very well. Bruno Fernandes, I was looking at him earlier on. That graph says to me, not a good Thursday flip. It's relatively stable, doesn't really rise or climb too much. He's a good card. Again, if you see 59 here and you think, right, let me go and buy him at 50k, you're fine if you snipe him up. But is that really what a Thursday flip is? Not in my opinion. Sadio Mane, again, one of the best Thursday flippers on this game by a mile. Again, you see drops into Wednesday, climb into Thursday. Drop into Wednesday. It tends to be a climb into Thursday. Not a massive one there. Drop into Wednesday, big climb into Thursday last week and Friday. And so people like Mane are usually quite good to buy. Again, you're seeing 101 on Xbox. He's actually not 101 because that's an undercut. Let's see what he actually is. He's 104 at the moment. Again, you've got to be buying in lower than that. You do not want to be buying cards for the price they're currently selling for. Profit is key, so you want to get them as low as you possibly can. But that's how you need to think about Thursday flips. So I would start by looking at Tonali links and thinking, right, is this card up? Is this card down? Another example of the Tonali situation, if I give you that, is people have been saying to me about Insigne, for example, as a link to him. Now, if I show you Insigne now, this is his UEL card. It's at 190 on Xbox at the moment. Look at his graph. Now, does that mean Insigne won't rise? No, it doesn't. He may rise tomorrow once everyone starts building their teams. But he's already well up from where he was before. We were talking 50k rises, 60k rises. Apologies, dogs are barking. We're seeing 50, 60k rises. And to me, apparently the household can't keep the dogs quiet. 50, 60k rises, I wouldn't like that as a buy-in, personally. I wouldn't like that as a buy-in. Lorenzo Insigne, however, this one here, again, steep climb. Again, not to me a good flip. To me, not a good flip at all. I just don't like it as an option. What you want to be doing is seeing those up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. That's where your good flips lie in. But that basically is a guide to Thursday flips for you guys. And some of you guys said, can you give us players' names and player cards? And no, I can't do that. If I do that, you'll all buy the same card. It'll mess up investments. I'm teaching you guys how to go out and look for them yourselves and find those cards and find those profits by doing these methods. And I promise you now, if you get it right, it works very, very well. As I say, I've already started buying into mine. I'm going to show you that's part of the video so you get an idea of what I've bought and what I sell for. I'm always transparent with what I do. I'm very confident in what I've looked at so far and the prices I've bought. Hopefully looking for 10 to 15k per card. But yeah, that's the end of the video. The grind to Eusebio continues. I think once we sell everything up, that we're currently on 1.7 mil plus, obviously, maybe a bit more than that, 1.8. And then once we sell these flips, hopefully pushing towards the 2 million. And in the next video, you'll see I'll sell the flips on and then grind out the profit for the next sort of 24 hours. But like I say, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.